Over 75% of engine damage happens in the first 60 seconds after you turn the key. Mechanics see it daily, but never explain why. Here's the twist. The habits you think protect your car are exactly what keep repair shops busy. Today, I'm exposing 15 things you must stop doing before you start your car. Mistakes costing thousands. Stick around. Mistake number 1 triggers $5,000 failures while you're in the driveway. Mistake number 15, starting your car while in gear. Picture this, it's 6 a.m., you're running late for work, and you rush out to your car. You crank the key without looking at the gear shifter, and suddenly your car lurches forward into your garage door. Starting a vehicle while it's in drive or reverse forces the starter motor to fight against the entire weight of your car. That starter is designed to spin the engine, not push 4,000 pounds of metal against gravity and resistance. The extra load overheats the starter motor and wears it out exponentially faster than normal operation. Starter replacement in the US typically costs between $400 and $900, depending on the vehicle and labor access. But that's just the beginning of your problems if the parking brake isn't fully engaged. The car can lurch forward or backward into whatever's nearby. I recently saw a case where a college student started his car in reverse and rolled straight into a neighbor's fence, causing $1,200 in property damage, plus a $500 insurance deductible. What they don't tell you, shops see starter failures from this mistake constantly, but never mention it's preventable because replacing starters is profitable, routine work. Mistake number 14, ignoring warning lights at startup. When you turn the key, your dashboard performs a complete system check. All those lights should illuminate briefly, then turn off within a few seconds as systems confirm they're operational. If one stays on, your car isn't being dramatic or glitchy. It's reporting a legitimate problem that will get worse if you ignore it. The check engine light is the most critical one. It could be something minor like a loose gas cap costing nothing to fix, or something catastrophic like a failing catalytic converter that'll cost $1,500 to $2,500 to replace. The difference between those two outcomes is often just timing and whether you address it immediately. Here's the kicker. A basic diagnostic scan costs around $20 at most auto parts stores, and many offer it completely free. That 5-minute scan can save you from a repair bill that jumps from $100 to $2,000 simply because you waited too long. You'd be shocked how many catalytic converter replacements started as a simple oxygen sensor code that got ignored for months. Mistake number 13, turning on accessories before starting. This habit kills batteries years before their time, and almost nobody realizes they're doing it. Headlights, heated seats, phone chargers, and especially air conditioning all pull significant power from the battery when the engine isn't running. The AC compressor alone can draw 10 to 15 amps, which is massive for a cold battery. When you load up all those accessories and then try to start a cold engine, the battery voltage drops sharply, the starter struggles to turn over the engine, and the entire electrical system takes a beating from the voltage sag. Do this repeatedly every morning, and you'll shorten battery life from 5 years down to 2 or less. Here's the kicker. Replacement batteries cost $150 to $250, and on modern cars with complicated electrical systems, labor can add another $50 to $100 if the battery's buried under covers or requires computer resets. Quick lube shops and dealerships love selling batteries because the profit margin is enormous, often 200 to 300% markup. Start the engine first. Let it stabilize for 10 seconds, then turn on your accessories after the alternator is running. If you're already seeing how these mistakes are costing you money, hit that subscribe button. We've got 11 more expensive mistakes coming that mechanics see daily but never warn you about. Mistake number 12, starting your day with an almost empty tank. Picture this. You've been putting off filling up for 3 days because gas is expensive. Your low fuel light has been on since yesterday, but you figure you can make it one more morning. Driving on fumes doesn't just risk getting stranded on the highway at night. It slowly destroys your fuel pump in a way most people never connect until it's too late. In most modern vehicles, the fuel pump sits inside the gas tank and relies completely on surrounding fuel for cooling. When the tank stays below a quarter full, the pump overheats and the internal motor wears out prematurely. Fuel pump replacement in the US typically ranges from $600 to $1,200 because labor often requires dropping the entire fuel tank, disconnecting lines, and replacing the entire assembly. But there's an even worse problem. When fuel is low, the pump pulls sediment and debris from the bottom of the tank, where all the contamination settles. What they don't tell you, according to industry data, fuel pumps that consistently run below quarter tank fail 40% faster than those kept above half full. But shops never mention this because fuel system work is extremely profitable. Mistake number 11, overwarming your engine. Picture this, it's a freezing January morning and your car is covered in frost. You start it up and go back inside for 15 minutes to finish your coffee while the engine warms up properly. You've probably been told your whole life to let the car idle for 10 or even 15 minutes before driving, especially when it's freezing outside. That advice might have made sense 40 years ago with carbureted engines, but on modern fuel-injected cars, it's completely outdated and quietly destroying your engine. Today's engines are engineered to warm up while driving under light load, not while sitting still doing nothing. When a car idles, the engine takes far longer to reach proper operating temperature because there's minimal load on it. While it's cold, the engine runs rich, meaning it injects extra fuel that doesn't burn efficiently and washes oil off cylinder walls. Here's the kicker, that excess fuel dilutes your engine oil, reducing its ability to protect critical components. According to US Department of Energy data, idling for more than 30 seconds uses more fuel than shutting off and restarting. What they don't tell you, mechanics see carbon buildup and premature wear from excessive idling constantly, but they'd rather rebuild your engine for $4,000 than tell you to stop idling. Mistake number 10, using the wrong fuel grade. Your owner's manual isn't making a polite suggestion when it specifies fuel grade. It's giving you a requirement based on how your engine was designed and tuned. Ignore it and you're either wasting money on every fill-up or slowly damaging your engine in ways you won't notice until it's catastrophic. If your vehicle requires premium fuel and you use regular to save money, you're increasing the risk of engine knock, carbon buildup on valves, and long-term internal damage. High compression engines depend on higher octane fuel to prevent pre-ignition that destroys pistons over time. On the flip side, if your car is designed for regular fuel and you're filling it with premium, you're throwing money away on every tank. Here's the kicker. Premium fuel does not clean your engine better, improve performance, or extend engine life unless your engine is specifically tuned for it. In many states, that's an extra 40 to 60 cents per gallon for absolutely zero benefit. I personally saw a 2021 Mazda that required premium but ran on regular for 2 years. The result was severe carbon buildup requiring intake valve cleaning, spark plug replacement, and fuel system service totaling $850. Mistake number 9, skipping your pre-start walk-around. This sounds excessive to most people, but a 10-second walk around your car before starting it can literally save you thousands of dollars in repairs and insurance claims. Look underneath for puddles or drips. Oil is dark brown or black. Coolant is usually bright green, orange, or pink. Transmission fluid tends to be red or dark brown. Catching a leak early might mean replacing a $50 gasket instead of rebuilding a $3,000 transmission after it runs dry and destroys itself. Take a quick glance at your tires while you're there. According to NHTSA data, only about 19% of drivers in the US properly maintain tire pressure, and underinflated tires wear unevenly, reduce fuel economy by up to 3%, and dramatically increase blowout risk. What they don't tell you, body shops see hundreds of avoidable backing accidents every month where simple observation would have prevented thousands in damage. A single new tire costs $150 to $300, and a full set easily reaches $1,200 or more. Mistake number 8, ignoring strange noises at startup. Picture this. Every morning when you start your car, you hear a weird grinding noise for about 2 seconds. You've been ignoring it for 3 weeks because the car still starts fine. Your car communicates its health through sound, and ignoring those warnings is like ignoring chest pain and hoping it goes away on its own. A harsh grinding noise when you start the engine usually means the starter motor gear is worn out and not properly engaging the flywheel. Keep starting the car like that, and you won't just replace the starter for $400 to $900. You'll also destroy the flywheel, which adds another $500 to $1,200 to the repair bill. A high-pitched squeal right after startup often points points to a worn or loose serpentine belt. That single belt powers your alternator, power steering, AC compressor, and sometimes the water pump. If it snaps while you're driving, you lose steering assist, the battery stops charging, and the engine can overheat within minutes. Here's the kicker: replacing the belt early costs around $100 to $200. Ignoring it leads to an overheated engine, blown head gasket, and repair bills hitting $1,800 to $3,000. Drop a comment below telling me which mistake you've been making. I want to see how many of you have been accidentally destroying your own cars. Mistake number 7, holding the key or button too long. When you start your car, you should only engage the starter until the engine fires, then immediately release. The moment the engine catches and begins running, the starter's job is completely done. Holding the key or start button after that point forces the starter motor to spin far beyond its design limits, and that extra speed chews up the gear teeth and overheats the motor rapidly. This is one of the fastest ways to kill a starter motor, and it's completely avoidable with proper technique. In the United States, replacing a starter typically costs between $400 and $900 depending on vehicle make and labor access. All that expense because someone held the key for an extra second or two out of habit or impatience. What they don't tell you, if the car doesn't start after 3 or 4 attempts, something is legitimately wrong and needs diagnosis, not more cranking. You'd be shocked how many starters and batteries get replaced unnecessarily because people kept cranking instead of diagnosing the real problem. Mistake number 6, skipping your mirror check. This isn't just about safety and avoiding accidents. This is about protecting yourself from expensive insurance claims and liability that can haunt you for years. Before you start the car and shift into reverse, make absolutely sure your mirrors are properly adjusted and you've checked all around the vehicle for obstacles, people, or other cars. Backing into another car, a pole, a shopping cart, or worst of all, a person turns a simple mistake into immediate financial consequences. Even a minor parking lot accident usually means paying your insurance deductible. Then sign TT and training. Coming $500 to $1,000. On top of that, your insurance rates often increase significantly after any at-fault claim. Here's the kicker. I had a young driver come into the shop after backing into a parked car without checking his mirrors. His parents' insurance paid nearly $2,800 for repairs, and their premium went up about $400 per year for the next 3 years. That's an extra $1,200 in increased premiums on top of the original repair bill. Mistake number 5, leaving your key fob inside the car. Picture this. You park in your driveway after work, walk inside your house with your key fob in your pocket, but you're only 15 feet from your car. You wake up the next morning and your car is gone. If your vehicle has push-button start, never leave the key fob inside overnight or even during short stops. Modern car thieves use signal amplifiers to capture and extend the signal from your key fob, tricking the car into thinking the key is present even when you're inside your house. This is called a relay attack, and it's happening in driveways across America every single night. Cars stolen this way are often never recovered because professional thieves strip them for parts within hours of the theft. According to National Insurance Crime Bureau data, vehicles with keyless entry are stolen at significantly higher rates than traditional key cars. Here's the kicker. A stolen car usually means paying your insurance deductible, typically $500 to $1,000, plus the massive headache of dealing with insurance claims and finding another vehicle during the investigation. Keep your key fob away from the car, ideally in a signal-blocking pouch or Faraday bag that prevents relay attacks completely. Mistake number 4, ignoring your air filter. Your engine needs clean air just as much as it needs quality fuel, and a dirty or clogged air filter restricts airflow and slowly suffocates the engine over time. When airflow drops below optimal levels, the engine compensates by injecting more fuel to maintain power, which hurts fuel economy immediately. You're literally burning more gas for the same commute without even realizing it. But the real damage happens internally, where you can't see it. Restricted airflow causes the engine to run rich, meaning too much fuel and not enough air for complete combustion. This creates carbon buildup on intake valves, cylinder walls, and spark plugs that reduces engine performance and longevity. What they don't tell you, air filters cost $15 to $40 and take 5 minutes to replace, but shops often charge $50 to $80 for installation to pad the bill. You'd be shocked how many carbon cleaning jobs could be completely avoided by simply changing air filters on schedule. Mistake number 3, pumping the gas pedal before starting. This habit comes straight from the 1970s and 1980s, and it needs to die completely. Older carbureted engines needed extra fuel manually pumped into the intake to start, especially when cold. Modern fuel-injected engines, which means basically anything built from the late 1980s onward, absolutely do not need or want this. When you pump the gas pedal on a modern car, you're dumping excess fuel into the combustion chamber. That fuel washes oil off the cylinder walls, removing the protective layer that prevents metal-on-metal contact during startup. The engine computer already knows exactly how much fuel is needed based on temperature sensors, throttle position, and dozens of other inputs. Here's the kicker. Pumping the pedal doesn't help cold starts. It actively increases wear and can even flood the engine, making it harder to start. Washing oil off cylinder walls leads to scoring, increased piston ring wear, and long-term damage you'll never see until the engine starts burning oil or loses compression. Mistake number 2, not checking your seatbelt. Picture this. You're in a rush, you jump in your car, start it up, and pull out of your driveway without buckling up. You figure you'll do it at the first red light, but 2 blocks from home, someone runs a stop sign. This isn't about avoiding a $200 ticket, although that's bad enough. Even a low-speed fender bender can cost thousands in body repairs, insurance deductibles, medical bills, and lost wages. According to NHTSA data, wearing a seatbelt reduces death risk by 45% and serious injury by 50%. But here's what insurance companies don't advertise. In many policies, not wearing a seatbelt can reduce or completely eliminate injury payouts. I had a customer who was hit at an intersection. He wore his seatbelt and walked away with minor bruises. The other driver wasn't buckled and went through the windshield with medical bills exceeding $80,000. Here's the kicker. That unbuckled driver's insurance claim was reduced by 30% because he wasn't wearing his seatbelt, leaving him personally responsible for over $24,000 in medical debt. Insurance adjusters actively look for seatbelt non-compliance to reduce payouts. Mistake number 1, starting your car with low oil. Picture this. Your oil change light has been on for 2 weeks, but you keep putting it off because you're busy. One morning, you start your car and hear a loud knocking sound from under the hood. 30 seconds later, smoke pours out and the engine dies completely. Oil is the absolute lifeblood of your engine, and starting an engine with insufficient oil is like running a marathon without water. Inside your engine, dozens of metal components are moving thousands of times per minute, generating enormous heat and friction. Oil keeps them separated, lubricated, cooled, and alive. When oil levels drop too low, friction skyrockets immediately, heat builds rapidly throughout the engine, and metal components begin to warp from thermal stress. One of the worst failures is a spun bearing, where the bearing literally rotates inside its housing and destroys both the bearing and the crankshaft. When a bearing spins, the engine starts knocking loudly, followed by smoke and complete shutdown. At that point, the engine is finished. The only fix is a complete rebuild or total replacement. In the US, that typically costs between $4,000 and $8,000 depending on the vehicle. Here's the kicker. Most insurance policies will not cover engine damage caused by lack of maintenance, meaning you're paying that entire bill out of pocket. You'd be shocked how many completely preventable engine failures happen every single day because people ignore oil levels. Check your oil once a month minimum. It takes 2 minutes total. A quart of oil costs $5 to $10. An engine replacement costs thousands and often totals the vehicle. That wraps up our list of 15 mistakes that are costing drivers anywhere from $500 to over $8,000 in completely preventable repairs. Which one shocked you most? Drop a comment and tell me which mistake you're going to stop making immediately. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more insider automotive secrets that actually save you money. Remember, being a smart car owner means understanding that most expensive repairs are just consequences of simple habits nobody warned you about. Until next time, drive safe and keep that money in your pocket where it belongs.